Jump! Fox! Jump!
Yeah, the girl, the transgender girl.
Has another J in the name.
Jason Ciciola.
Kimber James, I think.
Something like that.
Kimber James, I think is the name.
Was a guy that turned to a girl.
Still had a penis.
Okay.
But was still very, very attractive.
Okay.
No longer has the penis nut.
Is she more attractive now that she
I'm
doesn't?
actually a little less attracted that it doesn't have a penis anymore.
Alright, so welcome to episode 3 of the JumpFoxJump podcast. I'm Don. With me, just like episode 1, I've got Jay. What's up, Jay?
I have confusion in regards to my sexuality, I guess. That's what's up.
I don't think there's any confusion. I think that dividing it by like you're either yes or no is impossible. I don't think anybody is impossible. I think it's like the demons.
I agree, but I don't even know anything. Like K-N-O-W, know anything right now. Like I'm just out there. Like I don't know. It's just very weird. It's a weird place to be in.
I think From Software nailed it in the Demon Souls character creator, where you have a gender and it's a slider. It's not male or female. It's a slider. So left is most male, right is most female. It makes no sense because the more female you go, you get blush and makeup and like it makes no sense at all.
Well, it's girly-ish. It's girly girl.
Really?
Do you get like a beard if you go male?
No. A lot of guys.
Get any kind of male features? No, none.
A lot of guys wear makeup though, so I don't know about that. Did you ever play Demon Souls? Jim?
I wouldn't say a lot of guys.
A lot of guys wear makeup in high school. No, not a lot. Not a lot. That's true.
There are guys, and there are more than just one guy.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say it's a lot of guys.
Do you think more guys wear makeup than girls don't wear makeup?
No.
No?
No.
You think more girls don't wear makeup than guys do wear makeup?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't played Demon Souls.
Yeah, okay, no.
It's not for me.
Well,
I'm not a dungeon crawl kind of person.
True.
So I don't.
It's not really a dungeon crawl.
That's the biggest dungeon crawl.
Not really.
Okay.
Anyway,
what's a game that it's like?
What's a game that Demon Souls is like?
Yeah. Because they didn't invent a genre when they made the first one.
No, they didn't. That's hard because it's its own thing. It would be like an old game. It'd be like
it's Diablo in the third person.
No
instead
way.
Of top down.
No way.
Yeah, man.
No way.
You just go around, you kill things, you get some loot, you kill some more things, you get a little bit more loot. Then there's a boss.
Is Borderlands Diablo?
It wishes it was.
So Jay, thanks for joining me, man, on this third episode. But you didn't really have a choice.
Thanks for having me, though.
Yeah, of course. Well, thanks for being on the channel.
Thank you for abducting me, keeping me chained up. But you do give me water and some bread.
Some bread.
And also now a Tabasco brand green pepper sauce, which is based off the milder jalapeno.
Yeah, can you tell people about that?
It tastes like jalapeno. It's not bad. Don doesn't like it, but I think it's tasty.
So, the Tabasco hot sauce, video games, this is just an aside from video games. Tabasco hot sauce, I'm a big fan of it. I bought a green pepper sauce from the Tabasco company, and it just looks like Tabasco, but it's green.
But this is where we're getting the confusion, because on the label it says green pepper sauce.
Yeah.
And we're thinking that means green bell peppers.
You're right, yeah.
But it's not.
It's not.
Because they're not... Green bell pepper's actual name is bell pepper. But, at least in Montreal,
we all
call it green peppers.
Green peppers.
We just call it green peppers. And it's like, that's it. That's a green pepper. That's what it is.
We can't be the only one.
I don't know if that's international or not. I don't know how much the bell pepper gets used outside of...
well, why are hot peppers called banana peppers?
Because they are banana peppers.
Oh, great. So,
that's their
now that we figured that out.
That's their genus or something? I don't know.
Their genome structure?
Genus?
So, the weenus? So, it's called green pepper sauce, and it's spicy. On the back, it lets us know that it's jalapeno sauce. Milder jalapeno.
Also, yeah, on the neck of the bottle,
it
also says milder jalapeno sauce.
So, I would have just rathered milder jalapeno sauce.
Or, as that pretty redhead girl said...
What?
In the Tex-Mex Kraft cheese commercials, jalapeno peppers.
She did not say jalapeno.
She says jalapeno peppers.
She says jalapeno?
Yeah.
That's a fucking Trailer Park Boys joke.
She did it first.
I don't believe it.
She did it first.
I don't believe it.
And she became more famous than the Trailer Park Boys.
That's not true.
Yeah, because she went on to be on This Hour Has 22 Minutes.
But they have their own fight. They're still making that show and new movies. So.
They're still making This Hour Has 22 Minutes.
But and she's gone and she's fired.
Well, it's a bit like SNL, where like the cast rotates out.
Trailer Park Boys don't rotate out. They win. So Jay,
she's a pretty redhead. They are not. She wins.
There is a pretty redhead on that show though.
Is it that girl? Maybe it's the same girl.
Holy shit!
Maybe she's taking her own material and bringing it around.
Jay, what's the last game you've played?
The Last of Us.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. The definitive edition.
Yeah, PS4.
The remastered
That's
edition.
what I'm playing it right now.
What's it actually called? Remastered? Last of Us Remastered?
Something like that.
Yeah, not edition.
I don't know what it's called. There's edition somewhere on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The remastered edition.
Yeah, probably.
Did they add anything else?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing added.
Just the photo mode.
They did add photo mode. I'm a liar. Yeah. They added photo mode.
So just the photo mode, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Have you used it? Have you dicked around in it?
I don't care. I accidentally turned it on once and then went into the options and turned it off.
You're not like the creator
because
type.
it's L3. It's L3 to turn it on, but L3 is also like...
Run?
It's something in that game. Run is not L3.
Isn't it?
Click the thumbstick
to run. Oh, no,
L2. Click the thumbstick to run is terrible controls.
Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, Call of Duty, every game ever.
Terrible controls.
What are you talking about? Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, terrible controls.
In a third-person shooter, that's bad controls.
It's not bad in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Could be better.
Yeah, L2 is run in The Last of Us, it's true.
So it was like maybe first-person view I was trying to do or something. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I accidentally clicked L3. Oh no, I was trying to look at something. Like when they're like, hey, there's the Capitol building. And it says L3.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I click L3 and then it opens photo mode. And I was like, no, I wanted to look at the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've dipped around in the photo mode.
I haven't.
But it's it's not locked. The focus is locked on a point in the character you're controlling. So if you're controlling Joel and you enter photo mode, the camera will always be looking at Joel. You can't like turn the camera around to look away from Joel. Mm-hmm. Joel will always be in the shot somehow.
That's okay.
So you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can move camera angle up and down levels and like rotate it around and stuff. So you have that kind of control, but it'll always be looking at Joel.
Can you cycle characters as the focal point?
You might be able to, but again, I didn't do it enough to care.
Well, because they're not going to give you like the free roam camera. You could for sure break the game.
Well, break it away, break everything.
I don't know about that.
Well,
other than that, you've been playing some...
Konami let you do it in Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence.
You could break it away from characters?
Yeah, that's how you found Vamp in the last scene.
Okay.
When you're at the Capitol building, I guess, wherever the fuck you fight Solid is.
Well, maybe you'll have to show me one day.
And then Raiden's there and he sees Rose. You could enter the camera thing.
That's not... photo mode.
And you could zoom away.
No, that's like secretly pressing R1.
No, man. Outside.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You could see Vamp.
No, not from the photo mode.
Yeah, you could in the photo mode
and
too.
it's not even subsistence. It's just Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Trust me, it's just pressing R1 and like that secret you can see first person.
They had the balls to let you do it.
So yeah, one day you'll have to show me when we play Metal Gear Solid 2.
Sony doesn't have the balls.
Because...
they don't even have the balls.
First of all, it would break the fucking game. Let's just...
let people break a game.
You don't even care about the photo mode. Why are you critiquing it?
You asked me to.
No, I never asked you to critique it. So, yeah, I asked you to show me a Metal Gear Solid 2 when we eventually play it. That's because we're actually today, after this podcast, going to start... No, that's fucked up. Metal Gear Solid 1. We're actually going to finally fucking do
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid, yeah. Metal Gear Solid. It gets pretty confusing. I
think people understand what that means.
I guess they do. We've been talking about this for a while. It's like Jay said, it would fucking mesh with the feel of the channel already. As you can tell, it's kind of somewhat inspired by Metal Gear-ish. I guess all we have is an intro that's inspired by Metal Gear. Oh, and the font. And Fox.
And we talk about Metal Gear
all the time. So yeah, we're going to be doing a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 1. That's going to be fun. So make sure to take a look at the channel. I don't know how long it's going to take us to complete. We're hoping to bang out half of it today.
If we do a speed run, we can do it in less than 2 hours.
No, we're not doing a speed run.
Because you can clip through the wall at the start of the game and then trigger the post. Like when you're going to go get Meryl, you can clip through the wall and trigger post-torture sequence.
What?
Yeah.
So you could beat the game in like an hour.
Well, you have to start doing backtracking because a lot of the doors only unlock when you when the game's like, do you have this item in your inventory?
Okay.
And because you skipped all that stuff, you never get those items in the inventory, so you have to run around and get them.
I never knew you could clip through the wall.
Yeah, it was a recent discovery.
That sounds crazy.
Less than a year they've known about it.
That sounds crazy.
It is pretty crazy. Go watch speedruns, guys. You want to see, like, if you love a game so much that you want to know everything about it, watch a speedrun, because those people learn so much. Also, I'm shaking my water bottle.
Yeah, stop. What are you doing? Anyways, so, yeah, we're going to be hopefully try to get as much of Metal Gear Solid 1 done as possible. I don't know how many sit-downs it's going to take us. But we're going to do it with the full story. So if it's also going to be, if you want to catch up on everything that is Metal Gear Solid 1, we're going to be kind of watching every cutscene. We're going to be listening to every codec. We're not going to be going,
every codec.
We're not going to be going out of our way to get the secret and optional codecs, although we might do some. We're just going to do what the game gives us, and we'll skip them if we've heard them already. So if you want to catch up on Metal Gear Solid 1, just keep your eyes peeled on JumpFoxJump. Maybe one day we'll work our way up to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Depending on when you're watching or listening to this.
Yeah.
Because it could be that it's the year 2036 and you're like, hey, let's listen to this podcast. These guys are super kings of the internet now. Let's go back in the archives and see what they did at the start. And then it turns out, we've already played Metal Gear Solid 15.
Or you're listening to this podcast this week, and the Metal Gear playthroughs aren't up until next week, which is pretty likely because Jay's got...
Which is a time paradox.
Which is pretty likely because Jay's got some Blue Estate videos that he's got to put up.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay. Do you not want to put them up?
We'll put them up, but, let's be honest. Everyone knowing that's the worst content on our channel, that's okay, though.
I feel like whenever you and I do a video alone, it's not so good.
The level isn't up there.
The level isn't up there?
It isn't up there.
It's not next level shit. Not like the speeder bike.
It's last level.
Not like the Spiral. But we finished our Destiny beta footage.
We did finish Destiny.
The Destiny beta. That was fun stuff. It was fun stuff.
I'm excited for when that game comes out.
Yeah, part 1 to 5 was Jay and I dicking around. It was the most fun. Probably the best content on our channel thus far. And then part 6 was me taking a look at the Crucible multiplayer and playing until they pull the plug on the beta. So I guess that's the coolest part about my video, is you see them pull the plug on the beta live.
When you jumped off the pillar at the start, it was kind of cool too.
How funny was that? I was like, you guys are on JumpFoxJump. Go check out the channel. Oh, fuck! Anyway, that was retarded. You know why? I didn't fucking understand that you could stop the double jump from the Warlock. If you press X again, and his thrusts, stop.
So press X 3 times?
Nothing.
I'm never gonna pray. I'm never gonna play. I'm never playing that class.
Oh, you never pray Warrock.
Never.
So yeah, other than Last of Us, it's been Blue Estate, right?
Yeah, I guess I also played some Blue Estate. I
have been playing a shitload of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and I just finished. Other than that, still playing Pokemon X.
You have 100% yet in that game?
No. Why do I have 90% and it's not moving from 90%? What am I missing?
You're missing 10%.
Of what?
I don't know.
I've done everything.
I don't know.
I've done everything.
I don't know.
I've got all the tapes. I've got everything. I've listened to everything. I've beaten on all difficulties multiple times. There's only 2.
If you guys need help finding the emblems, the XOF patches, huh? Yeah? Keep tuned. Keep tuned to JumpFoxJump.
All right, so this week we're going to be uploading a video.
Again, depending on when you listen to this.
It might be a few days after this podcast. This week we're going to be uploading a video showing you guys how to get all the XOF patches in Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. So yeah, look forward to that. That's going to be another video I do alone, but it's not going to need to be funny. It's just going to be about 3 minutes long max.
Yeah, but it's just so you can get to the 90% like Don has.
There's a lot more for the 90%. But yeah, hopefully you do. There's a lot of really cool stuff in that game. Other than that, yeah, I've been playing Pokemon X, and that's a video game. That is a video game.
Unfortunately.
And it's got a lot of Pokemon in it, and it's got a lot of really lame features. But, a lot of refinements in that game. Pretty cool.
Yesterday morning when I woke up, I was browsing 4chan. Saturday morning. It was a Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and I was browsing 4chan. And someone did a thread, and these threads come up every now and then. And what it is it's like a blank slate of things, and it's just post your favorite, and then there's a bunch of things, and you just put pictures to say what your favorite thing is. So it's like movie, band.
Oh, you put in
album.
those pictures?
I put in the pictures.
How fucking long did that take? See, I was wondering that.
But I'm saying it was a fun activity.
No,
it took
it
me
wasn't.
less
Like
than an
half
hour.
an-
Less
yeah,
than an
exactly.
hour. But it was a fun activity to do on a Saturday morning. When
Well, you put the pictures in pretty well, I gotta
and then,
say.
yeah, I took my time doing it. I tried to make it nice. Anyway, one of them was Pokemon. And I wrote in it, I didn't put a picture, what's your favorite Pokemon? And I wrote, Pokemon sucks.
Really?
Because I hate Pokemon.
I didn't see that.
I hate Pokemon.
But
It
what is
sucks.
your favorite Pokemon?
It sucks.
Can
I
you
know.
just answer the
I don't-
fucking question right now? JFJ Podcast exclusive.
One time when I was maybe 19 years old,
It was Sandslash.
I was with my cousin, and he was like, Jason, come watch. He was like 7, and he was like, come watch the Pokemon cartoon with me. And I'm like, alright, fine, fuck, let's watch this fucking cartoon.
He's 7. Can you calm down and stop swearing?
I can't. Anyway, so we're watching it, and in the episode, there's this fucking crow that shows up, and the crow has a scepter. And he fucking smacks people in the head with his scepter and
What?
walks away.
I don't know what fucking Pokemon that is.
Well, it happened in the cartoon.
Well, that's not the original series,
It
man.
was a crow, and he had a scepter, and he smacked someone in the head with it, and then he walked away.
Murkrow?
I don't know his name.
That's not the original series? Your cousin shouldn't have been watching it.
That's my favorite one. That shitty crow that smacked someone in the head with a scepter.
Why?
Because it's the only one I know. I don't know. What's the Team Rocket cat?
Meow.
But he's not like, he's better than other ones. Isn't
He is. He's better than, like, all the other Pokemon.
No, but the other Meowths.
Yeah, he's special. They never really good. They had an episode explaining it. It didn't make sense.
Was he experimented on, or
No.
was he like semi-retarded or something?
Yeah.
His parents were like brother sister.
Does that make for always retardation?
It raises the chance.
Chances.
It raises the chance of something, but it can go the opposite
That's
side
what I'm
also.
saying.
Like you can also get a superhuman out of it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Sidney Crosby is from the Maritimes of Canada, and there's a lot of inbreeding
Yeah.
in the Maritimes of Canada,
Right.
and Sidney Crosby is a super athlete.
Yeah.
So it can go both ways.
Has this ever been confirmed that his parents are fucking...
No, that's not confirmed
So what are
at
you
all.
talking
But
about?
I'm just saying there's a lot of inbreeding over there, and it can go both ways.
Well, there's
So-
a lot of inbreeding. There was a lot of inbreeding across Europe, Portugal, Greece, fucking Italy. A lot
that's
of
why
Western
there's a lot of
Mediterranean.
retards there, but there's also some super athletes.
It's true. That's true.
That's why it's just
That's true.
that's the risk. But there's more chance to get
of course.
a negative
A
than
failure
than a
in the
positive,
genetic structure.
than a
A
positive.
mutation.
Yeah. Also, there was
It could be a mutation, but a good mutation.
There was a story I read when I was in CJEP that said the best people to run medical tests on are people from northern Quebec because they are so sheltered and there's so much inbreeding that their blood is like a very specific, easy to read one. So if you run like a medical test on them, you can get super accurate results
Jesus.
because there's so much inbreeding
It's true,
in
and-
northern Quebec.
And I guess they have like such a pure bloodline.
Pure. I did air quotes when I said the word pure. Because what is pure? Anyway, whatever.
Okay. So, yeah, other than that, well, what the fuck have I been playing, Jay?
Well, you said Pokemon
Yeah.
and Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 games, man. You can't really ask for more. Like, you gotta juggle 6 games at the same time. Like,
Have I? Oh, I started playing Injustice Gods Among Us.
yeah.
What a terrible, terrible port. That game, no, it's not fucking necessary in a fighting game, but it really irks me when I bought this game on PS4. It was like $8, which I totally recommend for $8. It had PSN had this superhero sale, and it had up to 70% off. So I saw Injustice Ultimate Edition for sale for $8, and I was like, that's a pretty fucking sweet barrier of entry. So I bought it. It's a really kind of good fighting game. However, the cinema, all the cutscenes are fucking laggy as hell. The frame rate's so low on the cutscenes, and it's just because it was a bad port. However, the gameplay, which is the important aspect of the game, super smooth.
I wonder if that also plagues the
Xbox One?
the quote-unquote, well, also the Xbox One version or even the disc, I want to say, version of the title. I wonder if it's something that is on the digital version and not on the disc version or inverse.
Well, the disc version would be well on PS4 would be the
because
same.
The reason I say disc version is because there aren't really any disc versions anymore. Like on PS4 and Xbox One, when you put your disc in,
Exactly.
it does a full install and it never reads from the disc again.
Right.
Ever.
Except for when you boot the game to see that the game's inside.
Yeah, it uses a CD key
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it never really reads the disc.
Yeah.
So, but I wonder if it's maybe how the installation process worked, that where it stores the files or whatever, if it reads differently or slowly or...
At certain points, but gameplay is smooth as fuck.
because everything's already loaded in.
Yeah.
It's not loading as it reads.
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's just really weak. Seriously, though, I wish you could see them. It's not even like a little frame rate dip, Jay. It's weak sauce. I know you can't talk too much about that. But one thing I can
got your
say...
$8. Woo!
Yeah,
too
one
late.
thing...
You
one
like it. You like it and you live with it.
One thing I
It was
can
$8.
say...
Come on.
Right? Yeah, exactly. One thing I can say, though, is I fucking hate the character design. I hate the art. I hate the aesthetic of that game. I hate the way every character is shaped. I hate their faces. I hate their muscles. It's, again, that Unreal Engine type look. I just hate, with such a passion, Wonder Woman has broad shoulders and tits that don't even fucking make sense. They're massive.
Yeah.
It's just weird, man. It's just fucking weird. And like, I don't know, everybody looks like a fucking action figure. And I know it's like a superhero fighter, but I'll take the different art style of Marvel vs. Capcom because it's got its own fucking art style. I'll take that art style versus Injustice any day. I'll take Mortal Kombat 9's art style.
Well, let's talk a bit, though, about something else about it. At EVO this year, they had Injustice. EVO is the fighting game World Championships. Who decided it was the World Championships? They did. EVO said, hey, we are the World Championships. And
Who decided that E3 was the fucking video game show of the year?
It isn't.
Well, it is.
No, there's Gamescom next week.
Gamescom, yeah.
That's what Europe cares about. Tokyo Game Show, that's what Asia cares about.
Mm-hmm.
PAX if you're a fucking tool. But at EVO, there was they had Injustice this year, and the finals was Batgirl versus Zod.
I thought it was Martian Manhunter versus Aquaman.
No, the finals was Batgirl versus Zod, and those are two DLC characters.
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of like, the DLC characters are way
super
OP,
broken. Yeah,
way
they are.
OP.
And they are.
So what do you think about that? I think that's something that's...
Warner Brothers' fault?
No. NetherRealm Studios' fault.
Sure, right. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yes,
I think that's something worth discussing.
Yes.
On how, in a fighting game, you know, it might be more interesting to note where, like, a DLC character is so much more stronger, and you can only get them if you pay for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are like, well, if I want to play online, I have to buy. I have to buy more. I don't get, in my base game, I'm just going to lose if I go online against these people who have the DLC characters.
It's a good point, too.
And there's like, the only thing I can really compare it to is like some crazy Japanese RPGs, like maybe Disgaea, where they let you download characters from the earlier Disgaeas to play in, like in Disgaea 3 and Disgaea 4. How could they not be super overpowered? Like, I never did it, but I would be like amazed if you could download, like, here, download a character you like, $2, but they suck and you're never going to use them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so...
Look, it's true, because that's part of the perk of them asking you to buy DLC, like the weapons in The Last of Us. Which, by the way, you have to buy again if you have the fucking season pass and you own them in the PS3 version, which is something else that pisses me off. If you buy Last of Us Remastered, you have to buy the fucking extra content again, which is stupid, because you'd think that in the remastered version they'd include all the content for the game already, but nope. They do include the fucking DLC story. The story DLC, which is what, thank God they did, because if they asked you to buy it again, that would be a fucking travesty. Left Behind, which is fucking amazing.
The one thing I didn't like that they didn't do is they didn't incorporate it into the game.
You mean like while you're playing?
Yeah. Like
oh, that's crazy, though. They'd have to fucking break the game 16 times.
In between fall and winter, I want to play Left Behind.
Yeah, no. It's crazy.
And you can't. Like, if I exit
it's too much.
And I start Left Behind, they're going to be like, well, you already got a save file.
Well, the game would have taken 2 years to come out instead of 1. But anyways, I understand.
You just splice it in.
No, you work in games, Jay. You know it doesn't fucking work like that.
It is that easy.
It's so not that easy.
Very easy.
No, man, it's so not that easy. Okay, so yes, you're right. About the fighting games, I think it is an issue with NetherRealms, because if they were good enough, they would rebalance the characters like Capcom does when they add fucking 20 characters.
Hold on, Capcom rebalances once a year and they charge you for it.
True.
They charge you for it.
But they charged us for the Ultimate Edition.
And they broke the shit out of it also.
What? With Yun and Yang?
Yeah, like Yun and Yang was super OP.
Was Oni Akuma and Evil Ryu OP?
Not now, but they are. Yeah. Well, Evil Ryu is good now in the Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, Ultra.
That's okay. They called it?
Yeah. But that's okay, because they added a bunch of characters and still tried to keep things balanced. What are other games? Marvel vs. Capcom. The Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the DLC fighters were not broken.
Jill and Shuma Gorath actually
Really?
gets used in a lot of high tier
shit. I had no idea.
games. Although Marvel vs. Capcom is a weird game because it's about being broken.
It's true.
It's a game, they haven't updated it, they've never patched it, they're just like, here's more content, here's more skins, here's more whatever they did, and they're just like, but it's as broken as it ever was. And like Justin Wong won EVO this year and his team was Akuma, Wolverine, and his third is Virgil.
Pretty cool that he's using Wolverine.
He's still because Wolverine and Akuma together have an unblockable. So if you attack with Wolverine and call in Akuma for an assist, you can't block that. You will get hit by it 100%.
Interesting.
It's unblockable.
Think that's as designed?
It's in the game.
And it's Marvel vs. Capcom, so everything's as designed.
When it first came out, he was playing that team, and a lot of people were playing that team, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, what's going to happen here?" And now then, there's a bunch of different strategies now, and there's like Chris G plays with Morgan. She gets a lot of unblockables also, but he's the only one who plays her. Really, no one else really does his style, but it's like because it's a lame style where.
Have they found any infinite loops? I wonder.
No.
Good.
Well, there aren't any that I know of.
Because you can't, right? Because he just like spirals out after a while.
Yeah, you have to catch the guy. You have to he has to make a guess, and you have to make a guess, and if you guess right, hey, your loop continues. But if you didn't guess right, then your loop ends. So yeah, Phoenix was super OP in the first version, but then they nerfed her. So there was a nerf, but some people like Filipino champ still uses Phoenix a lot, because
she has that cool fucking thing where if you have 5 full meters
and you die, she turns into Dark Phoenix. Yeah, and that's almost game over.
Yeah.
So there's different strategies, but really there's not that many strategies. So yeah, the DLC character Jill and Shuma Gorath, but one of the guys, I think in the semis, in the losers final semis or something, was running Shuma Gorath.
Well, one of the guys. That's okay.
But he's still there.
That's okay.
Like in a game where like 80% of the characters are throwaway garbage.
Well, yeah. Shuma was good in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, though, so let's allow it.
And that is upsetting to me, though, that he's good at all.
Where's he from? Darkstalkers?
I don't even care. He's a terrible character.
I think he's from Darkstalkers. But anyways, yeah, other than that, Injustice. I'm enjoying Injustice. I think it's a cool game. It's way better to play with your friends than to play the fucking... Obviously. Same can be said for any fighting game. I like that they try with the story mode.
No, yeah, but you said, alright, your cinematics are... Frame rate busted, but it's one thing they introduced with Mortal Kombat 9 and they did it in Injustice, and I'm for sure they're going to do it in Mortal Kombat 10 when it comes out. I would be amazed if they didn't. Is a story mode.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And a decent story
mode. And I love it that they do it, and whatever, you get to... Like, I just... Compared to what it used to be.
Yeah,
right?
But I'm just going to say it's way better in Mortal Kombat 9 than it is in Injustice. Way better. Way better. Because they're taking the DC story, and just like they did in Mortal Kombat 9, they're like rebooting it, and they're making their own side universe.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, they're taking characters that have like 70 years, 80 years of history and just fucking trashing it all.
Well, it's an alternate reality, right?
Yeah, where two dimensions clash. Yeah. There's two Batmans, two Jokers, two Hardys.
Like that was Crisis on Infinite Earths, or whatever it was called.
Infinite Crisis, I think.
Yeah. That was a DC storyline.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened there, right? Where, like, in one world, Superman just decided, fuck it, I'm better than everybody else, I'm taking over. Yeah. It's the only way I can keep peace is if I dictator this thing.
It's a cool premise. The execution in Injustice.
So it's been done. It's not like they were going out of their way and, like, shitting on all the characters. It's just the kind of thing that's happened in comic books in general.
And take a hint, Capcom, your fucking story modes suck for your fighting game. Street Fighter? Phew.
Yeah.
That's hot street trash for a fucking arcade mode. And there's like 5 iterations of Street Fighter 4. That's fucking... That should be illegal. Jay and I are big Street Fighter fans, though. Other than Injustice, I don't know, man. I haven't been playing much. That Destiny beta, Jay and I played quite a bit of that.
But it's over now.
Damn, it's over.
Can't come back.
No coming back.
Watch the videos every night.
And speaking of the Destiny beta, let's transition into news. Bungie has just fucking confirmed, and they had to confirm this because people are fucking terrible. On Saturday, August 9th, they confirmed that your beta characters won't transfer to the full game. And people are complaining online.
Because MMOs, which a lot of people say Destiny is kind of doing an MMO shooter,
but
people are saying
not.
that MMOs do let you carry your progress over.
Not every fucking MMO lets you carry.
Do.
Okay, well...
But here's the thing, though. Like, people are
getting upset over that,
People are upset that they have to grind to level 8 again, but it took them 3 days.
It took them 3 hours.
Yeah, so...
What are you talking about?
I don't know if it'll be harder or easier or the same or whatever.
The same.
Because there was tweaks from the alpha to the beta.
Yeah, and
that's because what you were playing in the alpha was supposed to be for 2 days, and then what you were supposed to play in the beta was supposed to be 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So now...
They also confirmed that there will be no major changes from beta, no gameplay changes from beta to final. So, the game's gonna play the same. Getting upset that they're wiping your character? Can you fuck off? Because you're not supposed to have gotten the beta anyways. You should feel lucky that they released the beta. And the fact that they're wiping your character, I'm sorry that you have to fucking replay that 3 fucking hours and redo the Crucible with other people that get the chance to play it just like you do and not just a select few people. Although it was like the biggest beta of all time for a new IP. It was confirmed to be like the biggest beta of all time for a new IP with like millions and millions.
Such a random stat that I don't even care.
Biggest
anymore.
beta of all time for a new IP? Yeah, it is a random stat.
That's like baseball. In baseball, there's this thing where you talk about stats in baseball and you analyze them to try and predict things that'll happen. And that's called, it has a name, it's called sabermetrics.
What?
It's called sabermetrics, which is such a cool fucking name for such a pointless shit. But it's like, this guy bats with a lower percentage against left-handed pitchers when he's on the West Coast. Like, it's such a fucking dumb thing to say, like, but they track that shit in baseball. And they're starting to do it in hockey, and I fucking hate it that they're trying to do it in hockey also, because like people on TV are bored and something like that. But
Jason,
like,
speaking of sports,
I want to talk about how fucking pointless I hate this largest
you already said
beta for an. Well, I just want to say it again. I hate it. Speaking of sports,
you caught a mistake on episode 2 of the JumpFoxJump podcast when we were talking about home team advantages for soccer.
Yeah, well, whatever. That guy didn't know anything about not soccer, I guess. And he ran his mouth like he did. So I had to run a correction.
Specifically, it was that oftentimes away teams are placed so that the sun is in their field of vision. And you said that that's not the case, and that's illegal.
No, he was talking about grass, mainly. Like, he said in soccer, you can cut the grass to different lengths to, like, fuck up the passing game and shit like that. And he goes, oh, it happens all the time in football also. And I was just like, no, in American rules football, it's against the rules to not have...
Like regulation size?
Yeah, everything has to be the same all the time. It's governed by the NFL.
Well, what about hockey? Don't players complain sometimes after the game that the ice was too slippery? That the ice was wet?
Well, that's because someone fucked up.
You don't think that ever happened on purpose?
No, it's impossible because it affects both teams. No team takes an advantage over the other team of having... Now, like what he said about the soccer where you cut the grass to different lengths, that makes sense to me. That is something that makes sense, although I think it's dumb that they let it happen. But it makes sense to me that what he's saying... In hockey, it's not like one team plays better with water on the ice than the other team. Everybody's gonna slip and crash and break their fucking ankles.
I'm sure there's been like some type of cheating found in hockey.
Oh yeah, cheating happens in hockey.
Like what?
Infamously, in the 1993 Stanley Cup Finals.
Of course, you're gonna fucking swing for that.
This just happened.
Okay.
They don't even know.
All right.
No one knows that I hate the Montreal Canadiens.
Right.
And the only reason I really hate the Montreal Canadiens is because of the stupid fans I have to interact with every day of my life. So, in as soon as you...
I just pulled out a Habs shirt that I had lying here out of total randomness. But this is my friend's shirt, it's not mine. I just had to give it back to him.
The day Donovan tries to tell me that he knows more about hockey than I do, is the day that we're going to get into a fight and I'm going to hate him the same way I hate the Montreal Canadiens and their stupid fans. Anyway, in 1993... in Game 2, the LA Kings were up 1-0 against the Montreal Canadiens, and in Game 2, they were winning by 1 goal in the third period, and then randomly, out of nowhere, Jacques Demers, the head coach, who is illiterate, by the way,
literally,
he is illiterate, But
How the fuck can you be a head coach?
hilarious. Anyway, because hockey's funny that way. Anyway.
No, but seriously.
Well, that's a different topic. Anyway, he was just like, that guy's using an illegal stick. And in the NHL, there's rules on what kind of curve you're allowed to have on your stick.
Was he right?
And Marty McSorley, who is a goon, for some reason, had an illegal curve on his stick, and he took a penalty, and the Montreal Canadiens tied the game on that power play, and then won the game in overtime, and then went on to win the Stanley Cup that year.
What's wrong with that?
Now, like 10 years ago, or whenever this came out, the security guard, the longtime security guard for the Montreal Canadiens, admitted, he said, I have to clear my conscience when he retired. He goes, in 1993, the equipment manager of the Montreal Canadiens came up to me and said, let me measure all the LA Kings sticks so we can see which ones are illegal. So if we ever need to, we can call a penalty right away. Randomly. Because there's no way you can know that a guy has an illegal curve. It's fucking impossible to look at a stick and go, that curve is more than 17 degrees or wherever the fuck the rule is for the curves. So, and the equipment and the security guard let him do it. And then they measured the sticks, and that's how randomly, out of nowhere, they knew that the goon, Marty McSorley...
When you say goon, for people that don't watch hockey...
Okay, he's not a skilled player.
He's a fighter.
He's a fighter. He was out there to protect the skilled players.
Mm-hmm. Which is good, which happens in every sport.
Well, anyway, that's another debate. Let's not talk about hockey that much. I hate it. I hate goons. I don't think they should exist. Anyway,
when I say good, I mean it's legal. It happens in every sport.
I think it shouldn't happen.
I agree with you.
Anyway.
Because players hurt players, and that's terrible.
So, Marty McSorley...
Like Todd Bertuzzi. I know you like him.
I don't.
But he's a fucking goon. I thought you liked him.
I hate Todd Bertuzzi.
Me too. Good. I thought you liked him. I thought we got into a debate.
Never liked Todd Bertuzzi.
Okay, good.
He was only good because he played with skilled players.
And he's a piece of shit.
He himself wasn't very
sucker
skilled.
punching garbage player.
He did punch him in the face and then crash his face into the ice.
Yeah.
That happened. Anyway, so... that's cheating. Marty McSorley was totally cheating, and he got caught, and that's all very true.
10 years later.
And that's still only one game. It's still a best-of-7 series, and the Canadiens won 3 more games after that. So, 2 of them in overtime, which is fucking crazy. That was the craziest year for overtime shenanigans. But anyway, like they had 11, I think, overtime of their 16 victories. 11 were in overtime, which is mind-boggling if you think about it. But anyway,
we're breaking off here.
But. That's cheating in hockey. That does happen.
All right.
Yes, there can be cheating in hockey, but it's not changing the arena around. Like, let's make these boards, more cushiony than those boards. Or
you think it ever happened that the Zamboni didn't clean a certain part of the ice? Or...
So in the shootouts, now that they've introduced shootouts in hockey, at the end when you go to the shootout, the Zamboni has to come out and he clears one strip down the middle of the ice for the skating. And a lot of times they'll do it, and then the coach will be like, hey, you fucked up. And then he comes back out and he does it again.
Yeah, so that probably happens.
So, but I don't think that's cheating. I think that's just error. Like, they were like, oh, fuck, get the Zamboni ready. We thought this game wasn't going to go to fucking shootouts. So I think that's just like them struggling to be ready for having to do Zambonis.
All right. So yeah, beta characters won't transfer to the full game. I think that's fucking okay. And if you're not happy about that, then fucking... worry about the next time you're going to receive a paycheck, the next time you're going to blow a load in someone's pussy.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, fucking worry about things that actually fucking matter.
Well, that doesn't matter that much.
Blowing a load inside a pussy?
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Everybody should try it at least once.
Well.
Versus nobody should have their beta character transferred to the real game at least once. I don't think that's at all.
Listen, don't go around knocking people up because pregnancy is awful.
Yeah, and we have a population, an issue with overpopulation in this world. So fucking...
Well, not really here, though. But
here?
Like in North America. It's not really a problem at all. But it isn't.
In Canada?
Not even a little.
No, I'm saying in Canada it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe there's a few too many people in the United States of America.
They still have vast open lands of nothing.
Look, just because comparatively to China and India they're doing well, doesn't mean that China and India is not totally fucked.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah.
Those are.
And
that's because they can't feed the people.
And
but in the United States, they can feed too much.
They can feed them too much.
They throw out so much food.
Yeah. So anyway, fucking don't care. If you care about the
practice
fucking
safe
fact,
sex. Listen,
yeah, back to safe sex.
If you want to have sex and it's something that concerns you that you're not having sex, all right, but practice safe sex.
What? Okay.
Because you said don't worry about a beta character, worry about getting paid. And then you said worry about having sex.
Actually, don't even worry about getting paid. Have a good time with your friends. Have a good time with your family. Worry about that. Third, the sex thing. Maybe fifth or sixth, the paid thing. But Destiny fucking beta shouldn't be on the top 10 is what I'm saying. Don't think about it. Don't care about it. Fucking it's a beta. Feel fucking happy that you're even alive. Because you were bacteria at one point in time.
Just not true at all.
What are you talking about?
When were you ever bacteria?
What are you talking about?
When were you ever bacteria?
When were you not just elements? Are you debating like evolutionary theory?
I'm saying there was a sperm that met an egg and that became me.
Okay, I'm talking about humans in general and species and animals in general.
I was bringing it to a personal level.
Oh, okay.
I was bringing it to a personal level.
Well, you were cells. Just be happy that you, the single organism, won over the millions of other cells that were trying to get to that egg before you. And don't care about destiny.
There's a bit of a thing, though, where they've discovered that actually like 40% of a man's sperm
is like sterile?
Is trying to block other sperm. So like...
So they're haters.
They're just trying to be like, no, you guys go ahead, we're going to wait here, and if any more come, we're going to stop them. We're going to block them from getting in case the girl's going around sleeping with a bunch of different guys.
So, like, an individual man's sperm will work together to... That makes sense on like a fucking evolutionary like standpoint, but where did you hear this?
I heard it on the TV a few years ago. Discovery Channel?
Yeah.
They're kind of reliable.
Not anymore.
Well, a few years ago they were.
Maybe. Take that with a grain of salt. It's interesting and it makes sense, but also the shape of your penis, the reason why your dick head's bigger, they say that it was because it was supposed to be like in the shape of a plunger, and it sucks out when it comes out, and it's like, think of a plunger, it's supposed to suck out other guys' cum from the pussy so that yours can take the most space.
Interesting.
Yeah, because back in the day... And way back in the day, a pussy wasn't no fucking sacred thing, or one guy would get it. It would be like, my turn, my turn, my turn, and she would just have a kid after a while. And also, they found out that fucking cave women would actually prefer guys with bigger dicks.
I haven't heard that recently also.
You have? You have heard that?
Like, from, there's like studies showing that, like, when it comes to picking a mate, that's what they used to go for. Yeah, because there weren't personalities back then, right? And everyone was a hunter. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, oh, is he a doctor or like, does he take care of himself? Like there weren't qualities like today that they.
What does he drive
to pick a mate?
What does he drive?
Like, back then everyone, like literally every guy was the same guy.
But then what about the whole thing where? If you're picking a dick based on what it looks like when it's flaccid, you could be totally wrong, because there's the difference between blood dicks and meat dicks. I don't know if you've heard of this, but
I don't think that's scientific, but keep going.
Well, the terms definitely are not scientific, but there's a blood dick which is relatively small and like empty when there's no circulation going through it, or minimal circulation rather, and then when you get aroused, it can grow by like 80%. Versus some meat dicks that are always kind of chunky and then get aroused and then just turn into like just slightly bigger and slightly stiffer. So I don't know that those fucking cave women did their research and that they definitely didn't know. They definitely didn't know that some of those small flaccid dicks can get larger than the.
But even today in the animal kingdom, males murder each other. Mm-hmm. To get women.
True.
So that probably happened back then a lot also.
Hands down.
Yeah, easily. The
Hands
murdering
down.
each other. Yeah.
Hands down. Hands down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Don't kill people for pussy.
Definitely don't.
Don't care about the Destiny beta that your characters will transfer over.
Care more about the Destiny beta character transfer than like how badly you love a woman and you're gonna kill a guy for her.
You would never kill a guy for her. That's crazy.
Don't do that.
There's 7 billion people on this planet.
In fact, instead, go and complain online about how your Destiny character from the beta won't transfer.
I don't know.
Do that instead.
I don't
Do
know
that
where
instead.
you fucking broke off.
Do that instead.
I don't know where you broke off. We were on the same page, and
Yeah.
now you think it's important to go complain
It's more
online?
important. It's more important
Then,
than murdering people.
oh yeah. He's
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Do that instead. If you're
Oh,
at
yeah.
home and you're just like, I love her so much, but she's with that other guy, what am I gonna do? Go online and complain about Destiny character
Just
beta.
blow off your Steam.
Yeah.
Just go on the Bungie
Get angry
official
about
Twitter.
Yeah, get angry about that.
Yeah, just
instead.
fucking send them some angry tweets.
And that's what's that called when you like divert your anger from one thing to another?
like projecting.
No.
that's putting it on someone else.
Yeah.
Reflecting.
I forget what, anyway, just like distract yourself from that frustration. And
Jerk off.
just pick also do that.
Workout.
Masturbation is fantastic.
So is exercise.
Everybody should masturbate.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody should masturbate.
Well, God will hate you, apparently.
Yeah. What?
God will hate you.
God?
The Judeo-Christian God.
Hideo Kojima will hate you if you masturbate? Because he's God. And if you say he's not,
Is he the Judeo-Christian God?
he's the jujitsu god, apparently. So, no, he's the judo god. So you can see he's a mix of judo and...
Well, Jiu-Jitsu is Japanese also, originally.
Is it?
Yeah. There's Jiu-Jitsu, which is Japanese, and then there's
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which they took Jiu-Jitsu and made it their own.
How the fuck back then did they learn...
There's a lot of Japanese people in Brazil.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Brazilians perfected jiu-jitsu.
No.
No.
Japanese are probably better.
Oh yeah, so where's Japanese jiu-jitsu and MMA today?
The Kimura is named
So one move.
is named after the Kimura clan came to Brazil and challenged the Gracie clan, and he did the move and he broke Renzo or whatever the senior Gracie's name was, broke his arm. So they named the move after the Kimura.
Okay, so that one move. But you're
That's the only one in the books.
You're not, you're not
That's the only one in the books.
admitting that maybe Brazilians perfected the martial art jiu-jitsu.
I think it was perfected. I think they turned it into a different style.
Anyway, CQC is mostly judo mixed with other... CQC from Metal Gear, mostly judo mixed with other martial arts. Next up. Remember in episode 1, you and I were talking about the best games of E3, and then there was that game that blew our mind, Evolve 1.
Delayed.
Yeah, exactly. It got delayed into 2015 by Take-Two. As for the reasons why it was delayed...
well, why is any game delayed? Because it's not ready yet.
Yes, sometimes it's different things. But yeah, for this one, it's exactly that. Is it needs more polish. I'm fine with that. People that get mad over delays as well, go fuck yourselves. Just, seriously, go fuck yourselves. Just... Your sperm won out. Think about that. So, other fucking massive video games. Fucking Grand Theft Auto 5, since releasing in what? November? Last November? November 2013? Is that when GTA 5 came out?
Really? Maybe. Anyway. Since release.
Yeah, since release. Can you fucking guesstimate how many?
I was talking about this week, and I estimated, and then he said not enough, and I said it's
And
slightly
it
higher.
blew your mind.
I estimated slightly higher. We rounded up to 45 million.
No. That's crazy. That's insane. Because the game released in September 2013.
Well, it had like 30 million in the first week.
No, Jay, that's impossible. The game came out in September 2013. It is now fucking August 2014. So not even 1 year, and the game has reached 34 million fucking units. That's ridiculous. That is fucking crazy. Now, I think the highest growth we've ever seen is 6 or 7 million in 1 week for Black Ops 2. Was it Black Ops 2?
How are those games not doing 20 million in the first week? Like, Call of Duty is like, right away, 20 million copies sold.
20 million? That's so much, Jay.
Yeah.
7 million. Can you think about that?
I do.
20 million in the first week?
Yeah.
That's
But
completely
that's only
unreasonable.
like 2 games that do that.
It's totally unreasonable. No game does 20 million in a week.
Okay.
It's so unreasonable.
Anyway, so 34 million, is that what they're at?
34 million in less than a year.
Good for them.
$60 each. Cha-ching.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
I thought it wasn't a very good game.
I consider myself to be, like, to love video games, and I play a bunch of video games, and I have played all the Grand Theft Autos, have never touched Grand Theft Auto 5. Have never touched a controller as it was running on screen. I have never played it. Sometimes I tell people that and they look at me like I'm fucking weird. They're like, don't you love video games? And I'm like, almost because I love video games is the reason why I have not played Grand Theft Auto 5. It's not that I have anything against it, but I know its time will come. There's so many fucking games out. What the fuck? Do I have to prioritize and put Grand Theft Auto 5 at the top because of fucking marketing? That's crazy.
Everyone who's not me seems to really like that game.
It's a good game.
But I didn't think it was very good at all.
It's a good game, but just because it ships 34 million units... Sorry, shipped. Shipped is different than sold, so sold is probably 33 million units, something 32. So the game has shipped over 34 million units. Doesn't mean it's the fucking best game. Is every Call of Duty subsequently the best game ever after it comes out? No. But anyways, still very impressive. Good job, Rockstar. Speaking of GTA 5, they've announced the release dates for the PS4 and Xbox One versions of GTA 5, which, guess what, is how I'm going to play it. And you should play it too, maybe, with me, because we can play online.
No.
That'd be fun. No?
I'm not going to play that game again.
Again? So did you try to finish it?
What, Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah. 5?
I did.
You finished it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what did you think?
I didn't like it.
Oh, but you finished it.
No. Alright, so I'm trying to remember. I wrote a little mini review on Facebook. It's the first Grand Theft Auto I ever beat, so that means it's probably the easiest one ever also. For a game that makes you fly so much, you think they would have made it fun or better controls.
Is the flying not fun?
It's not fun, and it's hard.
It's hard. It's always been hard.
And it's not fun.
It's fun.
The characters are poorly written, poorly acted, and the story is like whatever. But I'm also the kind of guy who, in any story, movie, book, anything I've ever read, I never sympathize with bad people. I don't feel bad for them. I don't care that something bad happened to them. So this is this guy, and he's a piece of shit. He's clearly a drug dealer, clearly a murderer, clearly a bad person, and his wife leaves him. And you're like, oh, what a poor... Like, I don't give a fuck. He deserves all the bad things that happen to him. He's so bad. He's not a good person at all. Like, I don't care. So... Like, poorly written, poorly acted.
I don't think it could have been poorly written.
It was so poorly written.
I haven't played it, but...
Well, if you love super immature, like, jokes for 10-year-olds, then yeah, it was probably really well written. Because the game is loaded with that. Loaded with it.
I wish I could speak on this.
So, I didn't like it. I think my final score was like a 4 on 10.
Oof.
The shooting was good for the first time ever in the series. They actually did good shooting. I think they lifted it from Max Payne. But the shooting was actually good. It's been terrible in other games, but this time you could
pretty bad.
You could actually aim and hit the thing you were aiming at, and with some degree of precision. So the shooting was actually, and that's I think probably what made me actually play it through to finish. But yeah, at the end of the day, I didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't care about the plot. I didn't care about anything that happened in it. Just not a very fun game. No, I will not play it again. No.
So yeah, coming out in November, and then...
Unless we get it on Xbox One.
Oh, speaking of the Xbox One, Jay, guess what? What do you think about the writing in Metal Gear Solid 5?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
It's great.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PS4 has tripled sales than Xbox One version of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Now, can you explain us why?
It's traditionally a Sony platform game. For example, now it'll never happen because Gears of War is owned by Microsoft now. But if
I was going to give you
if they had kept the IP and not sold it to Microsoft, and then released the next Gears of War on PS4 and Xbox One, it still would have outsold on Xbox One just because that's where people played it.
But here, let me ask you this. Right now, the PlayStation brand is outselling the Xbox brand 3-1. Like, in general. PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, Vita.
I agree.
Well, yeah, you agree because it's been reported. Do you think that Destiny, when it comes out, this is all the Halo fans following Destiny?
Nope, because it's a new IP.
No.
It's a new IP?
You don't think that it'll outsell the PlayStation 4 version?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
Nope. It's a new IP. It's because it's not Halo. It's Destiny.
Yeah.
If it was Halo, yeah, everyone would buy it on Xbox. Now, here's the one thing I want to talk about that, actually. I'm going to buy an Xbox One when the Master Chief Collection comes out. I haven't bought an Xbox One yet because there's no reason for me to want to play an Xbox One right now. There's no game on it where I'm like, I want to play that.
There's not one?
Not one.
Not one game on the Xbox One?
Not one that I can't play on my PS4. There's no exclusive content on the Xbox One where I'm like, I need to play that.
Were you into Titanfall?
Nope.
No.
Nope. So, I don't care and I don't want it. But when the Master Chief Collection comes out, I'm going to want it. So I'm going to buy it for that.
Mm-hmm.
At work...
Can you clarify something for me? And for maybe, hopefully a lot of listeners. The Master Chief Collection is Halo 2, 3, and Reach.
It's Halo
1, 2, 3, and Reach.
Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4.
Wait. Reach is not on it?
No.
Because Master Chief isn't in Reach.
He makes a cameo.
Okay. Fuck, I had my information crossed there.
Yeah, no Reach. Which is unfortunate, and I'm never going to play Halo 4 again, but Halo 1, 2, 3 will be sweet. And also the multiplayer is going to be Halo 2 multiplayer, and they've confirmed that they're keeping all the glitches, which I don't think is true, but they've said it, they're going to keep all the glitches from Halo 2.
Such as?
The most famous one is BXR, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's the B button, the X button, and the R button, and if you hit BXR, you skip the reload animation.
Jesus, they can't keep that?
They are. So they're keeping BXR. They say they have. I'm whatever
that
about
sounds
it.
Fucking ridiculous.
I'm on the fence. I don't know if they necessarily will. But it will have multiplayer maps from all 4 games, which right now is something like 150 maps. So,
whoa! In rotation in Halo 2?
I don't have the details on that, but it's like, yeah, or maybe 120 maps or something. But yeah, over 100.
Whoa!
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
They have multiplayer maps from all 4 games in the Halo 2 multiplayer. That's what they've said. Anyway, but at work, it's kind of split. At work, I work in a video game company, and at work, it's kind of split. There are people that have PlayStation 4, there are people that have Xbox One, and there are people that have both. And there are some good friends of mine who I want to play Destiny with who are going to be getting it on the Xbox One. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like, every day when I go to the store and I see an Xbox One sitting there on the shelf, I'm like, I should just buy that so I can play Destiny with my friends.
First of all, you're a hater, because if you don't play Destiny with me, this channel is literally falling apart.
Why can't I play Destiny twice?
You can, but second of all, wouldn't your friends that are really into Destiny be for the PS4 version?
Well, they have Xbox Ones.
Yeah, I understand, but like you yourself should be swayed towards the PS4 version for the extra content.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
But I want to play with my friends.
Yeah, which is at the end of the day how you decide like which platform you're going to play a game on.
100%, yeah. And they're just the chumps who don't have PS4s.
Yeah. Well,
and I tell them like, hey man, just pick up a PS4, and they're like, well, I'm getting married and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, weddings are expensive.
They are, and I don't know how many of your friends add up to, like me, like how many of your friends it takes to add up to me. Probably one, but I want to play it on the PS4.
Yeah.
So. Eliminate the most important friend.
And I didn't even buy my PS4. My friends bought me my PS4 because I was poor at the time, and they all chipped in and bought me one. And
that was a good friend move.
I cried.
That's a beautiful fucking move. That's one of the best gifts you could get somebody, well, for fucking a gamer. A brand new console. Especially if a bunch of your friends pitch in for it, that's beautiful. So, PlayStation 4 version of Metal Gear Solid 5 has tripled that of Konami. Konami said that the PS4 version of the game made up 12% of the company's sales. With the Xbox One contributing to 4% of the overall sales. Now, I was going to say that seems like it sounds low, but 12% is relatively low if you take into comparison the install base of the PS3 and Xbox 360. So, while 12% seems fucking low, it's not a failure.
Did they give us percentages on 360 and PS3?
No, but you could speculate.
Did they even give us like sales numbers?
No. No. Just percentage.
What do you think it is?
That's another good question. Realistically speaking, I think that grounds
16% taken already.
Yeah.
So that leaves 84%. How do we divide 84% between PS3 and Xbox 360?
Oh my god. If you want to talk about then that's also probably the same. I would say it's 70 to 30. 70% PS3 to 30% Xbox 360.
Well, that's 100%.
Sorry?
70 plus 30 is 100.
Of the 60,
of 84.
Yeah, of the 84%, I'm saying.
But
Okay, so of 84%,
give me actual numbers.
I would say 60% PlayStation, 24% Xbox 360.
I wonder.
Yeah, I think that 3-1 crosses generations. Like, I think that it's indicative of the fans. Either way, I might be totally wrong. I was speaking out of my ass, but the same thing happened for Lightning, for Final Fantasy 13. It was 3-1 as well.
But that has more to do with, I think, traditionally the Sony platform being more for JRPGs.
Than Final Fantasy?
No, just being for JRPGs. So
Yeah.
the people who play Xbox One are playing Call of Duty, are playing
Madden,
FIFA, whatever. They're not playing JRPGs.
Did you hear about that new EA service that they have for the Xbox One?
Yep.
Where you get all those sports games, the 2015 version of fucking NHL, NBA, NFL, Madden, or the NFL and Madden, same game. But as for now, you only get like 3 games or something. It's random. It's Plants vs Zombies.
Let's say what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. What is it?
So they're doing a Netflix style thing, where you have a monthly subscription and you get access to EA games.
What's it called again?
EA Access or EA Access? Or
yeah, that's it.
Something dumb like that.
With 2 X's.
Anyway, so yeah, it's like a monthly subscription fee. It's like $6 or something like that, and then you can just play Electronic Arts games. You don't have to own them. You don't have to buy them. You'll stream them in and play them that way. And Sony, the reason it's not on Sony...
Yeah, this is not even Xbox 360. This is an Xbox One exclusive.
The reason it's not on PS4 is Sony said we don't like this concept for our users.
Yeah.
So it's an Xbox One exclusive. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to fail. I understand why they're doing it. I understand the idea behind it. And
Sorry, there are no X's in it. It's just access. So you were saying?
The reason they want to do it is because it's like a revenue stream. They're like, hey, people won't buy the game, but if they pay us $4 a month...
Like PlayStation Plus.
Well, no, not really. More like Netflix.
Yeah.
More like Netflix than PlayStation Plus.
Well...
Because it's going to be a giant library of EA titles eventually.
That you can always dip into?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, more like that. So for them, it's just an added revenue stream. Why not do it? But I understand why Sony was like, no.
In the initial launch of it, you get Battlefield 4, Madden NFL 25, FIFA 14, and Peggle 2. They say that more games will be added in the future, with additions occurring at EA's discretion as opposed to timed availability. So EA decides when those games come to the service. Games confirmed for the program include Madden NFL 15. What the fuck? Are they changing the name from like 25 to Madden 15?
Because it was the 25th one.
Okay.
So they called it 25 instead of 14.
NHL 15, which I can't wait for an NHL game on my PS4, to be honest. NBA Live 15, FIFA 15, and Dragon Age Inquisition. EA Access does not actually require users to have a paid Xbox Live membership, although a gold level membership is required for use of any multiplayer features included in Access-enabled games, obviously. So let's just round out fucking news here. We were talking about Sony. Gamescom is what, next week? This week, when this podcast comes out? This week? And other than there's going to be new Metal Gear Phantom Pain content, right, to be shown.
That's what they said.
Gamescom is usually a good place to show off new tech. Sony is showing off a mysterious quote-unquote game on their 2014 reveal. There's a 16-second trailer of it on YouTube, and there's a fucking tree stump. On the tree stump, there's a ring, and a bloody axe comes crashing down on the ring. I just watched this 20 seconds before we started the podcast.
And then it says it's coming.
Yeah, and then it says it's coming. Like teasing something that was hyped. Everybody thinks it's Until Dawn, that game that they showed a few years ago on PS3. Jay, you're the one that brought this up Until Dawn is a game where you switch between like a few playable characters and you get their perspective of the horror.
I believe there's 5 kids in a cabin in the woods and something's trying to kill them.
Okay.
And you have like a flashlight.
Welcome to the 80s.
Hey, well, it's all horror movies, right?
Yeah. Did you ever watch Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Great movie.
Yeah, not bad.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, pretty good.
Great movie.
I like the ending to that movie. It was the best part.
I like the redhead.
Mm.
She was pretty. She used to be a tennis player.
Ooh.
That's like her only acting she's ever done.
Acting as a tennis player?
No, she was a tennis player.
Okay, right.
And then she didn't succeed as a tennis player.
She was very
and she
good looking.
acted in Cabin in the Woods. She had a tennis player body. Anyway, like, man, was she pretty.
The end of that movie was perfect.
The blonde was also very pretty.
Yeah. The end of that movie was perfect.
And
the world ends. Oh shit, spoilers!
Sigourney Weaver is also very pretty.
And pretty cool that she showed up.
Like, Sigourney Weaver was like 65 years old and she's still attractive.
Yeah, well, thanks Hollywood and personal trainers and stuff like that. And money.
Although I think she's more attractive now than she was when she was an alien.
Oh, you're so wrong. She was such a fox in Alien. When's the last time you watched it? Yeah, she was a fox. She was a fox. She was wearing makeup. Dude, she was a fox in Alien. She was sexy with those nipples popping through her fucking blouse. Oh, I'll never forget that. Anyways, I have a weakness for that. For nipples popping through a fucking... When I see a girl and she's not wearing a bra and her nipples are just fucking popping through her shirt, woo, I get fucking riled up. So anyways, Jay, what's this about YouTube and Twitch? What's going on there?
YouTube's gonna buy Twitch.
Oh, what's gonna happen with that?
Nothing. Nothing that didn't already happen.
There's been there's been the buyout has already changed Twitch in a few ways, and there's been a fan backlash.
No, they're doing that outside of the buyout because the buyout hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
They just went ahead, and what they've done now is, like on YouTube, if you have licensed music, there's a computer algorithm that looks through your file and it finds the music and then it
audio recognition systems
and it cuts it out
for any copyrighted
material.
material.
Now, what Twitch has done on any past broadcasts or highlights that you have, it searches through, and if it finds any audio that's licensed, it cuts it out.
Bullshit.
This is a legal thing. This is entirely legal. People should not be making money off of other people's stuff. So, to protect themselves and to protect the streamers from lawsuits, it edits out the audio. This only happens on stuff that's already been broadcast. It does not happen on a live broadcast. So it's just for highlights. And people are complaining because people are going to complain. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised this hasn't been in place since the start. I'm surprised it took them this long to roll it out. Probably one of the first things that happened when YouTube came up to them and said, hey, we want to buy you. And Twitch is like, okay, cool, you're going to give us $1 billion, but let's work out the details first. In a sign of good faith, they're like, are you having legal issues?
When you say $1 billion, was that the reported amount?
That's the speculated amount.
That is not a lot.
$1 billion
it's a lot?
For Twitch?
It's a lot?
For Twitch?
For Twitch?
Twitch has like, how many people visit that website daily? Not that many. 1 million, 2 million, 4 million?
I feel like Twitch is on such a... The reason YouTube bought it is because Twitch is skyrocketing. I feel like in 5 years, Twitch is going to be so popular.
The reason YouTube is going to buy them is because it exists. It's a brand name. They don't want to... You can already do live events on YouTube if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I could go right now on my YouTube account and I could do a live event.
But you don't, because people do it on Twitch.
But I could do it there.
You could.
2 years ago, YouTube was like, Google was like, hey, we better get on this game streaming thing. It's taking off.
Yeah.
So they're slowly working at it, doing it at their own pace, because Google doesn't give a fuck about the pace of the world. They do whatever they want when they want. And then Twitch just grew into the market leader. It is what it is, where it is now. And Twitch now also does its own thing where it does whatever the fuck it wants and people are fucking stuck with it. Like the 30-second delay that exists between the chat and the broadcast.
Oh, you're saying that's a problem with Twitch?
Yeah, no, Twitch did that on purpose because it wasn't like that.
They did that on purpose? What do you mean it wasn't like that?
It used to be 3 seconds. The delay between when you would type something in the comment and you would see it in the broadcast window, 3 seconds.
So why did
what
this
happened
change?
is every time there was a League of Legends tournament, it went to hell and like people wouldn't be able to broadcast videos. The chat servers would go down. It just wouldn't work every time there was a League of Legends.
Fucking League of Legends.
Every time there was a League of Legends tournament. So Twitch's solution was to install this 30-second delay and that now everything just kind of runs at its own pace now. But the interaction level you have is delayed by 30 seconds between like when someone types a comment and by the time the guy reads the comment, makes a comment, it goes to the thing, it renders on its 30-second delay and then comes back out. People have already fucking answered the question already.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Twitch choosing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that Google has fucked up a few things.
So anyway, what happened is Google was probably like, are you having legal troubles? Here's our software that finds music. Run it.
Yeah, I think that Google has fucked up a few things, like YouTube. I think that they did fuck up YouTube with the Google Plus implementation. I think that Google trying to shove Google Plus into your fucking face so hard when you create a YouTube account is kind of wrong. But either way, I guess we've covered most of what we wanted to cover. We're running a little bit late on this podcast, so I guess that was it. And that was a pretty good episode. So thanks for joining me, Jay.
No worries.
You'll for sure be on many more times.
Make me. Oh, I am being made. I can't leave. It's true.
All right, so
I'm gonna refuse to eat.
You guys can always keep track of JumpFoxJump if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've also got a Twitter. You can take a look at that. It's at JumpFoxJump. We're both on Twitter. You don't need to follow us, but if you want to, I'm at DonOther, DonOther. Jason is at J_Psych. Is that how you pronounce it?
Sick.
JSyk, SYK.
Yeah.
So GAY_SYK.
JAY.
Sorry?
J.
What did I say?
GAY.
No, gay. Gay sick. No, it's totally GAY. So yeah, guys, take a look at our fucking YouTube channel. Look for that Metal Gear playthrough. If you're into Metal Gear, check it out. We love you all. Goodbye.